Okay, so I want to talk about what most people never get credit for, but it's probably one of your greatest strengths. And that's the ability you have to stay calm, to stay clear, and to stay present, even when the whole world around you feels like it's falling apart. That's a superpower more than ever these days, with the world around us feeling so loud and unstable. So if you ever had to steady your ship when it feels like the storms are raging, well, this video's for you. Because whether you realize it or not, you are the anchor in the storm. And today, I want to show you just how powerful that really is. And it's one of the 10 signs that shows you that you really are nailing this life that you're living, even if it doesn't feel like it. Because this sign, staying present in hard moments, that's a superpower. And it's one of your quietest strengths. So if you want a list of all of these 10 signs, just drop the number 10 in the comments and I'll send you the one pager that you can print out and put on your wall. Put it somewhere you can see it because you deserve to be reminded of what's working. Okay, here's what I've seen over and over again. Something unexpected happens in your life or your family member's life or your friends. You know, it's a fall or a seizure or a frightening diagnosis, a moment when the whole room has to just hold its breath. And while other people kind of freeze and fumble, you go still. You breathe through the panic. You speak clearly, even if your voice is shaking. You might be the only one in the moment who knows what to do, or even just what not to do. And later, people might ask you, gee, you were calm. How'd you do that? Well, you weren't really, but you stayed. You stayed in the moment. You stayed present because you know how important doing that really is. That's real leadership. That's grit. Some people might misread that as, well, you're unemotional, or you're cold, or you're disassociated. But what they don't see is what energy it took to hold all that together. And you held it all together for that person in front of you. Because that was the most important. You weren't stuffing your emotions, you were just pausing them in that moment. Because the person who was hurting, they needed you. They needed you fully there. Not spiraling out of control, not falling apart, not making it about you. That's compassion under pressure. And that's what love looks like in action. And look, this isn't about being the strongest one in the room. You don't need to carry everyone. You don't need to be someone that you're not. But being present in hard moments. It's not about fixing things. It's about staying when others might bolt. You're holding space. You're holding hands. You're holding your breath if you have to. And what you're saying by being present is that I'm here with you so that you're not alone. Usually, that's all someone really needs. You know, I remember one time, this was a long time ago, Ben was in the ICU and he was having a lot of health problems in early days. And suddenly all the doctors around him were acting fast. I didn't know what was going on. It was terrifying. It was one of the only times that I broke down in public because I thought he was going to die. But I remember Jan coming forward and she was calm, or at least it appeared that way. She didn't panic. She was present. And that moment, as scary as it was a true testament, and it showed me what real strength looks like. Again, it's about being present. It's not about how much or the volume of what you do. So maybe no one has said this to you lately or ever. The fact that you stayed in that moment matters. The fact that you didn't run matters. The fact that you held it all together when really inside you're falling apart, you guessed it, it matters. You don't get any applause for it, not that you're looking for any, but it changes lives. It changes outcomes. So if you're questioning yourself some days that you think you did do enough or aren't doing enough, let this be a reminder. When you show up, when you stay, when you're present, that's what people remember. As I said, you're the anchor in the storm, not because you're feeling strong, simply because you are. So if any of this resonates with you, just drop the number 10 in the comments below and I'll send you that one pager of all the 10 signs that shows that you're nailing it, and this being one of them. It's the kind of reminder that might change how you see yourself, even if no one else around you does. So just keep showing up, keep being present. You're doing way more than most people know. And I hope you have a great rest of your day.